Got another game for you of Miaoyi's. This one played just last week in Azerbaijan, former Soviet Union. So Miaoyi faced this Grandmaster, Volgar Rasulov. So born in 1991, rated at 2513. And of course, Miaoyi, as you probably know, rated 2399. FIDE doesn't have any pictures of her, but she was born in 2010, so she'll be 13 here in about 2 months. Miaoyi begins with pawn to e4. We have pawn to e5 by the Grandmaster, now knight to f3 by white, and now pawn to d6. This is the Philidor defense, which is a solid way to play, but it's it's a bit cramped usually for black. And now Miaoyi plays pawn to d4. We have E captures d4 by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi, of course, recaptures with knight captures d4, as is pretty much always played in master play here. Knight now to f6 by the Grandmaster, and now knight to c3 by Miaoyi, defending that pawn. Bishop now to e7 by the Grandmaster, and now bishop to e2 by Miaoyi. We now have castles by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi plays bishop to f4. Normally castles is played here, but bishop f4 is a strong way to go. And this variation has been played many hundreds of times at this point. We now have knight to c6 by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi plays queen to d2. And most common move in this position is actually knight captures knight, and that's suggested to be the strongest move in the position. But here we actually have pawn to a6 by the Grandmaster, which is a strong move. It's okay. Actually, the way that this variation turns out is exactly the same way. It actually transposes into the same position that the engine recommends. So we're just going to continue with what happened on the chessboard. We now have castles queenside by Miaoyi. And now the knight is captured. So Grandmaster captures on d4. Knight takes knight. Queen takes knight. And now best move here, as judged by the engine, would be bishop to e6 here. But Grandmaster goes ahead and strikes out towards Miaoyi's now king on the queen side with pawn to b5, which is being called an inaccuracy. Again, instead, bishop to e6 was recommended. Miaoyi now plays pawn to e5, and it is of this move on move 11 that we have a brand new game. This has not been played before in recorded play. So the Grandmaster plays pawn captures on e5, so d captures e5, and now we have queen captures queen by Miaoyi. Better, more of a chance of winning for white if instead queen captures pawn, but instead Miaoyi goes for the queen exchange. We have bishop captures, the best possible move. Bishop captures on d8 by the Grandmaster. Miaoyi now attacks the rook with bishop to f3. The Grandmaster actually plays rook to b8, as you might expect, but instead he should have played bishop to b7. We'll take a quick look at that variation. So it would have been better to play bishop to b7 here, kind of a surprising move. Then if bishop captures on b7, which is the best move for white, rook then to a7 here, attacking the bishop. Now bishop captures pawn on e5 by white, and rook captures bishop on b7. So this is a better way to play for black. The rook is placed okay there, ready to be doubled perhaps, and supporting an attack on the castled position of white. But anyway, let's go ahead and go back to what actually happened on the chessboard. So after bishop to f3 by Miaoyi, the Grandmaster plays rook to b8, and we continue. Miaoyi now picks up the e5 pawn, bishop captures e5, and now bishop to e6, which was recommended a few moves earlier as being the absolute best move. Saying it's an inaccuracy now, he should have instead moved his bishop to f5, but again, we'll just go ahead and continue. Best move in the position by Miaoyi, getting the other rook activated, rook h to e1. And now we have pawn to h6 by the Grandmaster. Miaoyi moves her king, interestingly, to b1 here. And just trying to get some more king safety, I suppose, although she is going to move it back here in a few moves. And now we have knight back to h7 by the Grandmaster, going for that g5 square. And now knight to d5 by Miaoyi. This is being called an inaccuracy, saying instead pawn to a3 would have been best. But again, we'll just go ahead and continue with what actually happened on the chessboard. Knight now to g5 as anticipated. Best possible move in the position, attacking Lu Miaoyi's bishop on f3. And Lu Miaoyi actually just goes ahead and captures the pawn here, but actually better would have been bishop to h5. And that's not super easy to see, but it saves the pawn structure on the king side. As the way Lu Miaoyi plays, the pawn structure over here on the king side ends up being destroyed. Yeah, just moving the bishop out of that threat, it would have been safe to move it over to h5. But yeah, let's just continue with what actually happened on the chessboard. Lu Miaoyi grabs the pawn on c7. We now have knight captures on f3 as we thought, and now pawn captures on f3. And now, yeah, Lu Miaoyi's got messed up pawns over there. Now, rook to c8 by the Grandmaster. Would have been better just to go ahead and capture the bishop first. Lu Miaoyi now plays bishop captures bishop on d8. And now rook c captures on d8 by the Grandmaster. Lu Miaoyi plays knight to c7 here. This is being called an inaccuracy by Lu Miaoyi. Instead, knight to b4 attacking the pawn would have been a better way to go, but we'll continue with what happened on the chessboard. We now have bishop back to c8 by the Grandmaster, just defending the pawn. We have pawn to f4 by Lu Miaoyi. This is a solid way to go, although the rook exchange would be a good way to go as well. We have king to h7 by the Grandmaster, best possible move in the position. And now Lu Miaoyi moves her king back to c1. We now have bishop to b7, commanding the center of the board. Would have been better to go ahead and play the rook exchange for black here. So black should have captured on d1. That would have been a better way to play, but we'll continue with what happened on the chessboard. Lu Miaoyi actually now plays rook captures rook. She goes for the exchange, but it would have been better to play the other rook, rook to e7 instead. And we'll take a quick look at that variation now. So it would have been better here for white to play rook to e7, and then rook captures rook on d1 by black. Of course, the king would capture back. And now pawn to b4 would be best for black. King now to e2, activating the king as they are the second strongest pieces on the board, only behind the rooks. And yeah, this would have been a better position for Lu Miaoyi. She's got the opponent's king kind of locked down, and her rook is in a pretty awesome spot to proceed into the endgame. Anyway, let's go back to what actually happened on the chessboard. So Lu Miaoyi captures with rook captures d8. And of course, we have rook captures d8 by black. Lu Miaoyi now offers another rook trade with rook to d1. The Grandmaster does capture with rook captures on d1. And of course, we have king captures on d1 by Lu Miaoyi. King now to g6, activating the king. Absolute strongest move in the position by the Grandmaster. Lu Miaoyi plays a solid move, knight to e8. And now we have bishop to c6 by the Grandmaster. Lu Miaoyi plays knight to c7, being suggested that it would have been better to move the knight instead to d6, but we will continue with what happened on the chessboard. We have the best possible move in the position by the Grandmaster, pawn to a5, and now Lu Miaoyi moves her king to d2, just trying to get it further up the board here, although being suggested that pawn to a3 would be better. Best possible move in the position by the Grandmaster, king to f5, and now Lu Miaoyi plays king to e3. We have king to g4 by the Grandmaster, best possible move, and Lu Miaoyi plays pawn to f3, looking to kind of seal the king, the black king, in over there, saying it would have been better to go after these pawns over here, but we'll continue with what actually happened on the chessboard, as it's not that much a difference. The computer is saying that black is winning in this position, even though Lu Miaoyi is up material so far. Let's continue with what happened on the chessboard. We have king to h3, of course, going after the h2 pawn, and Lu Miaoyi plays king to f2 here, again looking to seal black's king away from the action here. Again, it's being suggested that pawn to a3 would be better, but let's continue. King now captures pawn on h2, which is not the best possible move. Computer's suggesting that just go ahead and advancing this pawn would be the way to go, but we will just continue with what happened on the chessboard. Lu Miaoyi now plays pawn to a4 here, which is a mistake. Again, just saying pawn to a3 would have been better here. We now have pawn captures pawn on a4, and this is being called a blunder by the Grandmaster. So instead, the Grandmaster should have played pawn to b4. White should then play knight to b5. The knight's not going to be captured, or it creates a passed pawn, and white would totally win. And now we have pawn to f6 by black. And this would have been a better way to play than what happened on the chessboard. The engine's saying that black is like totally winning, up by 4 points in this position. I have trouble seeing how this would continue as far as how black is supposed to convert, but maybe one of you have a suggestion here. Anyway, let's go back to what actually happened on the chessboard here. So the Grandmaster captures with B captures on a4. And now Miaoyi plays the best possible move, pawn to c4. We have pawn to g5 by the Grandmaster. Better would have been to go ahead and push the pawn on f6 first, preparing for that move. Miaoyi plays f captures on g5. We have h captures on g5 by the Grandmaster. And now knight to d5 by Miaoyi. We have pawn to f5 by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi brings her knight back to e3. We have bishop to d7 by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi pushes her c-pawn to c5. We have pawn to g4 by the Grandmaster. Miaoyi captures the pawn with f captures on g4. We have f captures on g4 by the Grandmaster as well. And Miaoyi captures the pawn with knight captures g4, even though, of course, the bishop is going to capture the knight. Bishop captures on g4. And we now have the best possible move in the position by Miaoyi, pawn to c6. And we have king to h3 by the Grandmaster, best possible move. Miaoyi also plays the best possible move, pawn to c7. We have bishop back to d7, the best way to play here, and now king to e3. And now we have king to g3 by the Grandmaster. Miaoyi plays king to d4. We have king to f4 by the Grandmaster, and now king to c5 by Miaoyi. King now to e4 by the Grandmaster, and Miaoyi plays king to b6. And it is in this position on move 46 that they agree to a draw. Obviously, these two pawns are going to drop for the Grandmaster. Miaoyi will grab these a pawns here. There's no way she can be stopped. And, also Miaoyi's pawns aren't going to make any progress when having to battle a bishop and a king. And, black can't win with just a bishop. So, yeah, this was a draw. So Miaoyi gets a draw against the Grandmaster. Anyway, thank you for joining me for that. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, as I will be posting many game reviews, a game review every day, and I will also be doing tactical videos. I've been focusing on tactical shorts recently because those seem to be popular, but yeah, please let me know if there's any games I should cover. Do you know about a tournament that I'm missing out on? Please let me know. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.